Bhinneka Tunggal Ika they said, but do we really mean it? My name is Angelia Jayanti, majoring in International Relations 2019. Today I'm going to explain you about racism and cultural diversity within society. Indonesia is known as plural nation because its society consists of groups of people with special characteristics that have diverse cultures with different ethnic backgrounds and religions. According to jakartaglobal.id, Indonesia consists of 1,300 ethnic groups. Our discussion today is going to talk about first, definition of racism and cultural diversity. Second, how could cultural diversity and racism happen? 3. The example of the case. And the last, how to improve the social awareness towards racism. Before we discuss it further, we need to know what racism and cultural diversity are. Racism is the perspective or understanding adopted by people who reject or dislike a particular group of people based on their race, skin color, and religions. Meanwhile, cultural diversity, or often mentioned as multiculturalism, is a system of beliefs and behaviors that recognize and respects the presence of all diverse groups in an organization or society, acknowledges and values their socio-cultural differences, and encourages and enables their continued contribution within an inclusive cultural context, which empowers all within organization or society. Second, how could cultural diversity and racism happen? Well, the cultural diversity could happen because first, openness to other culture, and second, geographical location. Indonesia's position traversed by the Malacca Strait and has been an international trade channel since ancient times, has also influenced the culture of the Indonesian people. With the arrival of foreign nations and meeting with local residents, it is possible to incorporate culture. And then the third, natural conditions. Natural conditions which exist in Indonesia provide a variety of differences because Indonesia is a country which has all parts of the natural appearance, such as the sea, hills, lakes, which then causes many people where they live nearby. And racism could happen because first, culture and customs. The second, socialization in family. Whatever is taught by parents to their children will certainly be inherent in their children, whether it is good or bad. Ironically, it is the parents who are one of the factors causing racism to emerge, so that this will happen a chain of hatred that does not break because it continues to be indoctrinated between generations. And then the last is government policy decisions. Generally, the main cause of racism often occurs because the government policy decisions, even in Indonesia, this is influenced by the authoritarianism of the leaders in the government. And the third, the example of the case. President Sukarno's administration in the 1959 era was a time when ethnic Chinese were really discriminated against in a very racist phase. The pursuit of the Chinese people when it was part of the implementation and development of anti-Chinese politics in 1956. The government's concept of thinking about this nationalization of companies has greatly marginalized business owned by Chinese. And then the fourth, how to improve the social awareness or racism. Well, the first is education. Through knowledge, we can learn everything about other cultures and how to act towards it, and makes us become an open-minded person. The second, if someone suddenly becomes racist towards you, fight bravely. Your actions will tell them that you oppose racism. The last is respect and open up to other cultures by trying to make friends with different people, racial, ethnic, and religious differences. This kind of friendship will create a high sense of tolerance between differences. Ladies and gentlemen, we all should know that diversity makes for a rich tapestry, and we must understand that all the threads of the tapestry are equal in value no matter what their color, races, or even background. That's all from me. Thank you for your attention.